Meow meow. What's up, furballs? This is Purple Kitty, and here I am giving this game another try, and I'm gonna see if I can make it through. I don't know how this is divided up into chapters or what, but I'm gonna try to see if I can make it through this segment without choking to death like I did last time. Alright, here we go. You can skip through text you've already read. Alright. I can't. Oop. Okay, here we go. I can't remember what the last thing was that I was reading. Let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build. Alright, I'm stumbling over my words already. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. You don't say. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Alright. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. It was awful. One sec, I've got to check something. Alright. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I mean, she kind of is. You're not exactly a multidimensional character, dude. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. What? What's wrong with that? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. You know, honestly, Natsuki, your hair is more complicated than hers, because she's got the one barrette clipping right here, and then you've got... Is that a barrette? Is that just a ribbon tied around your bangs? Like, that really seems impossible, you know? I'd love to see if anybody has ever successfully cosplayed that, with that little detail in there. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Ugh. Oh, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Oh, I'm gonna gag. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Alright, you definitely weren't going for cute with the fluffy short pink hairstyle and the ribbons and... Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Oh, don't worry. I suck at poetry myself. I look at some of my old stuff. I even look at some of my new stuff and just cringe really, 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 really hard. Yeah, no, my poetry sucks. Yours is probably better than mine. Not a very confident writer yet, huh? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Okay. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Yeah, well, yeah, kinda. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Sink. Then Yuri just sinks into the ground, and the world opens up a hole and devours her, and closes up, thus ending her embarrassing life on Earth. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Have a moment of silence for dear departed Yuri. Okay! Here I am doing that crazy weird tilty thingy again with the impossible wind physics. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. No! How about no? Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. No. That way everyone is even. No. We're not writing poems. No, we're not writing poems. That's not a thing I expect in a literature club. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Everybody's got this three-quarter view, and then Monika just faces you straight up, just forward. Like standing almost like a soldier here. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. I don't want to be in this frickin' club of yours. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Aww, you made them all sad. Oh no. You're not allowed to have your own wants and desires. I'm sorry, I thought... They're all just sinking into the ground. Kit. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? This is just so... This is torturing me. All these girls who are just throwing their attention at me. How do I say no and just do my own thing that I want? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up, and then they all jump up out of the ground. Yes, I'm so happy! Yay! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Get your hands off me. Don't touch me without my permission. You really did scare me for a moment. Scare you? I scared you by having my own thoughts and opinions? If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Look, your cupcakes weren't even that great. Honestly, they were kind of stale. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember today's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Oh, we're gonna be reading teenager poems. Monica looks over at me once more. Kit, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh, God. Yeah. Because I'm totally expressive, like, all the time. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Nari and Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Kit, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? I don't want to walk home with you. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Yeah. I know the names. Yes, I know their names. Thank you. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Are these seriously the thoughts that, like, go through a teenage boy's head? I really don't know. This is not stuff I related to as a teenager, to be honest. I mean, I kind of, like, wanted to hang around with boys and start dating and stuff, but at the same time I didn't. I don't know. This just seems... I don't know. This just really seems so unnatural to me, but I don't know if that's the same way to everybody else or not. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I love poem! Oh, they have little stickers! It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Monica's not in here. I'm just writing for these three. Fun, shopping, excitement, cry, fester, warm, alone, playground, clumsy, whistle. Fester, boop. Sugar, judgment, skirt, giggle, lust. Skipping, treasure, marriage, headphones so I can ignore you. Rainbow, fluffy, jump, kitty, horror, wonderful, music, meager, vivid, starscape. We're gonna go with meager. Blanket, captive, disown, calm, determination, mouse, desire, sunny, breathe, forgive. Gonna go with disown. I want to write the most horrible poem ever. Fireflies, hope, incapable. Beauty, chocolate, incapable. Puppy, passion, atone, peace, sparkle. We're gonna go for incapable. Kawaii, broken. Bliss, broken like your heart is going to be at the end of this game. Heaven sent, hurt, rain cloud, charm, socks, unending, hopeless. We're gonna go for socks. Adventure, feather, precious, vertigo, vanilla, journey, sticky, prayer, imagination, waterfall. Huh. I guess I'd go for vertigo. Seems like what's-her-face likes that a lot. Yuri. Oh, is it time for me to... No? Wait. Oh, I have to take my insulin. Well, that's gonna wait. Dinner's not gonna be ready for a while anyway. Depression! Silly, anger, happiness, disoriented, ambient, color, sensation, grief, rose. I can't wait to read the poem. Like, is it gonna show me, just show me all of my words as a poem? Candy, explode, embrace, fantasy, nightgown, lucky, romance, empty, raindrops, fickle. Feel so dead and empty inside. Do I have to go through 20 of these? Disaster. Entropy. Yuri's like really into this goth poetry stuff, apparently. Suicide. Oh god. Oh, that's awful. Cage. Oh, I'm racking up points for Yuri here, apparently. Dark. Melancholy. Secretive? Ugh. Question, maybe? Despise! I despise you. Massacre! Jumpy. Yeah, jumpy because you're so jumpy. You keep jumping around every time I click on something. Hi again, Kit. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Kit. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. It's my business. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Alright, excuse me. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Alright. Manga is literature! I don't see why not. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Kid always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work even without me asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Cleaning your room? What? Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Alright. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Kit can become great friends too. Good friends, great friends, whatever. Goodness, those hands are so tiny. You got teeny tiny fingers. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Well, what is it? Never mind. I brought a bloody heart for you to eat. The heart of your enemies to devour and make you stronger. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Here's this bloody heart that I got for you. Yuki reaches into her balls and reaches. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. Whew, I'm running out of breath again. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, I don't have to be so precise clicking on the arrow. I can just click on the... Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, dang it. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her books. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? So I could give extras out to my friends. Duh. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I mean. Oh, she went out of her way to get another book for me. Yeah, just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. It's really not it's not that weird for someone to just have 2 copies of a book, right? Especially someone who reads a lot. I have multiple copies of... I've had more than 1 copy of some books. You know how many copies of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe I've collected over my lifetime? Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Oh, I can click anywhere on the screen. It doesn't even have to be on the... Alright. What is this called? Text panel, I guess. I don't know. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Excuse me? Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up just... Oh, I've got a text message. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. Aww. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, but it's also interesting. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri, gent- Yuri gently giggles. All of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kit? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I mean, I would definitely like to read that story. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. I can't keep up with these voices, though. Not that I'm doing... it's not like I have a whole lot of range, to be honest, but I thought I'd try to make it at least a little interesting. But I'm tired and I keep choking on just everything. But I feel like should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my life, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Oh, psh! Don't even get me started. Man, when I was in school, that used to happen. We would be given a reading assignment, and it was like, okay, just read this one chapter, and I'd be reading it, and I would be about 6 or 7 chapters in, and then suddenly look up and look around, and the rest of the class is working on an assignment, and I'm the only one here just still reading like a goofball. Like, no clue what's going on right now. No, nothing written up on the assignment board either, up on the chalkboard. That made it even more awkward. Staring over at another student's desk trying to find out what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Well, I mean, I kind of do the same thing, so... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Ah, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Well, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very, very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Well, I can kind of relate. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I'm sorry for saying sorry. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and then hold my book more between the two of them. Yeah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Oh, that's neat. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I can't complain about this scene. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. God. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do since you've been so patient with me. One sec. My water bottle's almost empty now. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the pages. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see it to your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Kit, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Also, I'm terrible at socializing, so I don't know what the right thing is to say around somebody like you. I just spend most of my days in my mom's basement playing video games. Alright, he's a teenager. He gets to do that. He gets a pass. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. She jumped. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh, good. I get to read my weird poem of darky darkness that I clearly wrote for Yuri. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. No, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow! I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? But that's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up and make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes, I wrote a tacky, ridiculous, angsty, weird, creepy poem. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. again. How long did I do that? Oh. Ah. Quit leaving it muted, you dope. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. I'm sorry, I keep trying to mute it so I can drink my water, and then I guess I just keep forgetting to unmute the thing. Oi. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Ooh. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh. Ghost, I guess, yeah. Alright. Click outside the poem area to continue. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? No, that was like the most perfect cursive in the whole world. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, it's because I wasn't... My brain is disintegrating. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Well, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. That makes sense. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? How could she not be? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Kit. It's about you! Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. So dark. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. I mean, my poetry's all just, word vomit. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Kit. Me too. Okay. This is my cue to find a stopping point. Out of breath again. I ruined my second video by forgetting to turn the microphone on. I'm just tired. I'm tired. So, I'm enjoying this, actually. So I'm definitely going to come back with this again sometime soon. I guess I'll talk to everybody later. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye-bye.